Welcome to section 3.5. Now, to find population in a certain amount of time is represented by P equals A times E B to T. Now remember, initially implies that T equals to 0. This is important, so please remember. Now let's plug this information into a problem. Population. The population P in thousands of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania from 1990 to 2000 can be modeled by P equals 372.55 e to the negative 0.01052 t, while t is a year with t equals 0 corresponding to 1999. Now, let's actually put all this information we've learned right now into a problem. Find the population for Pittsburgh in the year 2000. Step 1, find t. Now, it says to find the population of Pittsburgh in the year 2000, and it tells us that Pennsylvania, and it's using the year, t equals 0 corresponding to 1999. So we're going to subtract both of those two, and that equals 10, which equals t, and we're going to plug it in. So then that would look like P equals 372.55 e parentheses negative 0.01052 times 10 close parentheses. And then we solve for P, and that's what we get. Now we're going to move, and we're going to take our calculators, and we're going to test this. So we're going to have 372.55 e close parentheses, or open parentheses, negative 0.01052 times 10 close parentheses, enter, and we get 335.35 rounding to the nearest hundredth. Now let's do another example, but for the year 2004. So we're going to do the exact same thing we did last time, except instead of the year 2000, we're going to use 2004. So when we plug in 2004 minus 1990, we get 14. We plug it in, and we get P equals 372.55 e start parentheses negative 0.01052 times 14 close parentheses. Solve for P, and that's what we get. Let's verify this information. So 372.55 e to the start parentheses negative 0.01052 times 14 close parentheses, enter, and it is. So we're good. Now we can move on. Let's use the same equation. P equals 372.55 e to the negative 0.01052 t. According to the model, when will the population be 300,000? So first we have to plug in what we already know. Since the population is given P, which is 300,000, we're going to plug that in. Now, why do we have 300 instead of 300,000? Because in the beginning we said that the population was given in thousands, and it's just a simpler way of writing the numbers down smaller. So 300 equals 372.55 e to the negative 0.0152 t. Now you're wondering, how am I going to solve for t? Well, it's the same thing as the other examples, but this requires a little more algebra. So divide both sides so you get e by itself. So we're going to divide both sides by 372.55. So we take our calculator and we put 300 divided by 372.55. We get that, and then e. And then, as we learned in the previous chapter, e is the inverse of ln. ln is a natural log. So in order to cancel out e, take the natural log of both sides. So when we take the natural log of this one, which is just the natural log of the answer, we get negative 0.216, so on. Now that we've taken the natural log of both sides, we have these two by itself. So in the end, divide both sides so you get t by itself. So here we go. Then we divide by negative 0.01052, and we get 20. So in the end, t is equal to 20. The population will be 300,000 in the year 2010. Why 2010? Because the year 1990 was already set. So if you add 20 plus 1990, we get 2010. And the reason it is 20 and not 21, because this is years and this is months. You can't really have another year by months.